finished season 2. I don't know how I feel about it. I just finished it. A discussion video. It's not like a pure review video where I have all my points made. Everything is already done. I literally just finished recording the last episode. It's 2 in the morning now. And I think I'll get a good 4 hours of sleep to wake up at 6 tomorrow so I can do a bunch of Full Alchemist. But yeah, so season 2 was interesting. I'll be honest, it was not too bad. Obviously, there were some good points and there were some bad points. Obviously, I liked season 2, but I understand why people were saying season 2 was bad. Actually, I 100% understand. And it kind of made me look back at Avatar Last Airbender and being like, okay, there's a big reason why Avatar, I won't say he's necessarily better, but has done some things a lot more better than Korra. For example, there's a reason for everything in Avatar Last Airbender, but in this season it felt like some stuff were just pulled out of nowhere. You know, Jinora and then a few other stuff just to be able to make Korra to win at the end of the season. And a few other things that felt kind of out of place and kind of forced out of nowhere. Maybe some of you guys might agree, maybe some of you won't. Some of you guys have watched series a lot more than I have, so maybe you know something I don't, just letting you guys know. But at this point, I haven't watched the 3rd or the 4th season, and I'm still on the ATLA comics, so I mean, I'm not super familiar with every single thing of, like, Avatar related. So, let's get started. So yeah, that's the concept of season 2 is interesting. Obviously, spirits, Unalak, Korra, he starts training her, open a spirit portal. Plot twist, he's the bad guy. Meet a dude called Varric. He's a bad guy too, but he's not a bad guy. Well, he's not really a bad guy, if you think about it. But he planned to take initiative on something that could have been bad, but could have maybe served as good. So we're not going to name him as a bad guy or the greatest good guy or something like that. So that's that. Now, I was kind of disappointed in season 2. Actually, I was really disappointed in the ending. The ending wasn't. I mean, it followed up with the story of Avatar 1 in the beginning, but it's just so different than what I was expecting from season 1. There was a lot of build up, and we had this story, I guess you could say, building up. Everything revolving around it. In season 2, it's like stuff is coming out of nowhere. Like, 1 second we're focusing on Unalak, and then there's Varric coming into the equation. And then we've got the mix-up of the relationship, which is even more crazier than season 1. Maybe not. I don't know. What do you guys think? Season 1 relationship or season 2? Which one's worse? Like, I don't know, man. I'll be honest, there were some good points of season 2 where I laughed really, really hard, and it was enjoyable. But I think that's for Avatar in general, where they just have a bunch of funny and silly scenes. But one good thing I really liked about this season is that we got to see a lot about the other characters. We got to see about Kaya, Boomy, Milo a bit. Not that much about him, but Jinora, and a few other characters too. We got a bit more of a background on them, so it wasn't only focused on Korra. There was a bit focused on the other characters too, and we learned about them, and that was interesting in season 2. Considering in season 1, well, yeah, obviously they weren't really introduced into like a good portion of the series, so we didn't really. Anyways. Point being that there was other characters that were somewhat kind of focused compared to season 1. It was more focused on Korra, which it could be a bad or a good thing in anyone's opinion. It really depends on what kind of series you like. If it's only on one character you want to focus on, or a bunch of different characters. So season 2, we brought up some of the good points. Actually, like one good point with the characters and the character development. Korra somewhat being a bit more smarter in her decision making towards the end. a bit more maybe spiritually connected, I guess you could say. And don't forget, guys, I'm making this up all on the spot there. I don't even have anything written down. I just finished the series, so I could be like, some stuff I might say later I'll be like, okay, well, maybe I could say it a better way. But yeah, it's 2 in the morning, almost 2:30. So it kind of felt frustrating watching this season. And while I hate comparing, and I'm not really someone that's biased, it's like now we've got the whole history of the Avatar, right? One and everything. And that was really cool. I actually really, really liked it. But at the same time, when you're comparing Korra to Aang, man, I remember first watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and you guys remember episode 2 of season 1, and when when Aang goes into the Avatar state, I didn't even know it was called the Avatar state until like episode 12, which you guys told me about in the Jet episode. When I saw him go that crazy, it was like, Jesus, man, what the hell is this kid? He's packing a punch here. Like, seriously. And, you know, that mysteriousness of the Avatar state was cool, and was something that, you know, only happened on rare occasions, where in this season it was always happening, which I wasn't really used to. So I guess that's just something because I watched The Last Airbender. It wasn't something I was used to. And they just made it 10 times. They made it feel a lot more epic in The Last Airbender than in Korra, in my opinion. Though I'm not going to discuss too much about this. The comparison video is probably going to be done after I'm done Korra season 4 to be able to, you know, properly compare. But to season 2, that's what I was wanting to say. So my least favorite episode of the series, surprisingly enough, it might seem silly, it might actually be the last episode, or one of the first episodes, but like the last episode wasn't that forgot the name of the word, didn't really pull me into the story, I guess. I don't know, like it didn't intrigue me that much compared to the other endings of the other series. Like, whether you're talking about The Last Airbender or just Korra in general, like season 1 was a lot better, the ending. And obviously, if you want to use The Last Airbender, season 1 was ridiculous, with Zuko and Zhao, and you have like the moon spirit's dead, and then Sokka loses his girlfriend. She turns into the moon, like Jesus Christ, and then Aang turns into like the big spirit watered fish and blows everyone away. And then season 2, Jesus Christ, man, season 2, the last 2 episodes were ridiculous. If you remember, this is a bunch of spoilers. Anyways, and then we have season 1, obviously, with Amon. And then, like, everything's going crazy in every single season. And in this, it's just, like, there was a good amount of build-up, you know, when we saw, like, okay, like, all the past avatars are dying, and this is happening. And there were some good moments in it, too, for sure. That's whatever you want to say. There were some good moments. But it just didn't feel like it was as good as the other ones. Like season 1, for example. When, like, because, like, Amon was scary as hell. Unalaq was a crazy, super sadistic, I guess you could use that word or whatever, like, crazy villain. And, but he's not as badass as Amon was, let's be honest. Amon versus Unalaq. I mean, normal Unalaq, not Unalaq with Vato in him. That would be kind of unfair. Just blast Amon away, like... But, no, I just felt like some stuff was somewhat forced. But yeah. Oh, I talked about my least favorite episode, but I haven't said my favorite episode. I'm really debating over the beginning, episode 7 and 8, obviously, where there's a whole Wan story, or which one was it? I can't remember. Yeah, I guess we'll go with the beginnings. It was one of my favorite episodes of the series. Not the series, season 2. I can't talk, but yeah. So that's that, and then. Yeah, season 2 was okay. I'll say mediocre compared to the other works. I I'm talking about ending wise though. Season 2 in general was watchable. I liked it. I liked the comedy and a bunch of other aspects, and stuff was cool. But it didn't have that Avatar feel like the other seasons and stuff, did, if you know what I mean. But I liked it. Mediocre on some levels, but pretty good on some other levels. If you know what I mean. Maybe you don't, maybe you do. Who knows, man. But Varric, man, he's just cool. He's the man. He's ready for any situation. Oh, there's an apocalypse. He's already got some special van with a anti something something, and he's gonna be perfectly fine. And Julie's gonna do the thing, and she's gonna start the van, and I don't know, some guns are gonna pop out and growing machines. I don't know. But yeah, so that's season 2. Yeah, no, for me, it felt disappointing, the ending. I don't know why. It just did. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it might be really... I don't know. What do you guys think? What was your opinion on season 2? Let me know. I'm asking you guys like a trillion questions. But that's fine, I guess. So am I looking forward to season 3? So let's talk about the future now. What's going to happen next? Let's try to predict. Now, obviously, with season 3 right around the corner, I probably won't start. I'll tell you guys actually the update part after this. What's going to be happening with Korra next. But anyways, so in season 3, considering she made a decision with the spirit world and, the physical world, being connected and not being sealed off, that can open for trillion possibilities. And I'm sure it's going to intermingle, I guess, with what's going to happen in season 3, if that could be the correct word to use. I think it's going to have something to do with that. I'm pretty sure of it. Other than that, I can't really think of anything else. But I'm sure it's going to be somewhere revolving around that. And, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of for what's going to happen in the future. And is she going to somehow regain connection to past avatars? Maybe. Who knows? Who doesn't know? You guys know probably if she does or doesn't. But yeah, so considering we finished Korra, right now we're the 19th of May. Chances are you guys won't see this until like Sunday, unless I'm posting like a trillion videos. But no, so let's see. Chances are we're the 19th. You guys are most likely going to see this on like the 23rd. That chances are the 23rd, somewhere, probably the 23rd, or 22nd. So with that being said, that means that I won't have season 3 starting until like a week from now. Since, I recorded a lot this night, at least I'll be able to do Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, catch up in that. And considering I just finished Assassination Classroom and Korra Season 2, my mind and heart's destroyed. Which reminds me, I have to do my discussion video on Assassination Classroom. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next video.